Hello everyone, Wise Gamer here, and today we're doing an indie developer interview. I'm here with Charlie Lightning, aka Waistcoat Dev, who is working on an awesome game called Chronos.
Hello, yes, that is me. You is good, Dev.
So we were also supposed to be meeting with Jordan Cabumella. He's also a
Uh,
chiptune. They're working together on this game called Chronos, and they've been working on it for quite a while. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got started with indie gaming and how you got into the game as well?
I got started with indie gaming like personally. Like when I was, actually, when it comes to like indie gaming itself, I got started about a couple of months ago. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I got into the like indie dev scene rather late. Because Jordan started using Twitter, and he got massive amounts of followers in a couple of weeks. So I was just like, hey, why can't I do the same? And I got about half. But with actual making games itself, I've been doing that since I was like 7, when my dad used to program websites, and I used to ask him, Daddy, Daddy, teach me C sharp. And he was like, okay. And then I was like, Daddy, Daddy, what the hell is all this?
Yeah, definitely getting into the programming of it is takes a little bit getting used to, and being at 7 years old learning a programming language, I kind of envy that ability. To be honest, I didn't have that chance. I just played games when I was younger, so I didn't really get to make my own as often. So would you say that like your inspiration for the game would kind of be then your dad, and then Jordan kind of brought you
Uh,
into the indie scene a little bit more?
the inspiration for the game itself is definitely Portal. Um, Yeah, but inspiration for making games, my dad definitely, and then the actual, like whole game making scene has to be from my joy of actually playing games.
Oh,
Jordan's just sort of a byproduct.
yeah, no, I completely understand. I feel the same way. That's why I wanted to start the channel. Is I really enjoy gaming, and I think that indie games are really the way to go as far as being able to break the rules and not having as many restrictions. So I really
Mhm.
enjoy that, and that's why I wanted to start the channel too. So I know there was an image that you showed me earlier of what kind of inspired Chronos specifically. Do you want to talk about that some?
Well, for a start, that really inspired Stoke, not Cronus. And it's an image that my friend Patrick Corty made, who is an amazing artist, and I would go check him out on at Quantum Polygon, I believe he is. Um, And it's just here. Let me get it up so I can describe it better. It's just this really cool pixel art phantom stood in the street, and it's just got so much potential because it's really well drawn. The effects on it are really nice. It's just as soon as we saw it, we were just like, "Can we make a game out of this, please?"
Yeah, I completely agree. When you showed me the picture, I think my first word was just wow. Like they say, a picture speaks a thousand words, and I see, someone sitting there in a hooded outfit, completely dark. It's a perfect silhouette, even in the pixel art like that. I really am digging like the shadowing, the glow effect that's on him, and everything too, and the shadow from the street light that's there. It really just speaks so much, and I want to see like what's to the left and right of him, and I want to see what's going on and what the story is and everything. So I really like that you showed that with me too. So we'll have that on the video too. So how would you go ahead and describe the game then?
The game of Stoke is really it's really fast paced, I'd say. I mean, this is my personal opinion. Jordan could be like here, like, no, what you doing? It's but personally, I think I envision it as this fast paced sort of hack and slashy actiony thing, but with puzzle elements, definitely. I mean, like with all the games we do, we love to add a little bit of puzzle in because any game developer can make an action game that's really nice and cool. However, to make a puzzle game, that requires a whole new level of skill.
No,
And yeah,
yeah, completely agree with that too. So then, speaking of like the puzzle games and some of the features, what are some of your like major planned features that you're working on right now that you're most excited about?
um, favorite features that we're most excited about with stock has to be teleportation. That'll really be fun. And I've been seeing a whole bunch of indie devs use vibrations on the screen to make the impact seem really good. Good. And I really want to implement that into my thing. Also, the satire comedy, because our ghost guy person thing is going to have this really satire, cynical sense of humor, which I think will really pull it all together. Which is great because British humor is the best humor.
I have to agree there. So I definitely enjoy British humor as well. And for you guys that didn't know, Waistcoat Dev and Jordan are actually both from the UK. So Waistcoat Dev and Chiptune, I should say, rather than using Jordan's first name. Yeah, so Charlie and Jordan are from the UK. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that as well. When would you guys say that the official release is planned, or like maybe when the first beta is going to come out for like a closed beta or anything like that?
Well, like release dates are definitely not our priority, but I'd say definitely 2015 should be at least a rolling point for something at some point, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I definitely understand. I mean, indie developers and release dates or deadlines are never a good thing that mix. Of course, you want to put every feature that you can in there. So do you want to talk a little bit more about the game then?
Um, well, I've talked quite a fair bit about Stock, but I would actually quite like to talk a bit about Kronos, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, of course.
Well, along with Stock, we're making this other game called Kronos, which is going to be closely inspired by a Portal. And basically, for a starting point, imagine Portal without any portals. So you get the game.
So Portal without portals. So the puzzle platformer part of it, or
Precisely. However,
okay,
there's like this whole new puzzle element, which is manipulating and creating matter, as well as slowing down and speeding up time, and of course teleportation. It has to be one of my favorite game mechanics, teleportation. So I'm trying to cram this into like every game I'm doing right now.
wow.
And once again, humor actually. We're planning on having rampant AI with rather, Wheatley from Portal 2.
Okay, yeah, I know when you told me a little bit about the game originally, you were saying that it's definitely like a really massive project, probably the biggest one that you guys have taken on so far.
Definitely.
So are you guys looking for more help with that right now, or are you still just going to be doing you and
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes, definitely. More help would be amazing. We can do a lot. Surprisingly much for two students, but we definitely need more people.
Okay, so are you looking for artists, programmers, story writers, all of the above?
All of the above would be nice. I think that our main thing now is 3D programmers, 3D artists are really required because it's going to be a 3D game, and we don't really do 3D games that much. So
So you
uh,
need modelers, riggers,
or
animation, everything, yeah.
anybody who can do anything with 3D modeling, even if it's just like making a barrel in Blender, that's enough. Come join, please.
Okay, well there you guys have it then. So if you guys are interested in doing any work at all, definitely I'm going to have their contact information on the video here annotated as well as in the description, so make sure you reach out to them as well. Do you want to talk about anything else about Kronos or about stock or anything like that?
Let's see. Kronos don't know of the humor. Stock don't know of the humor. Um, no, there's not really that much else. I mean, I can tell you about the Flappy Bird clone that got over 100,000 downloads, but I think I've just disclosed about all the information for that. It's a Flappy Bird clone. It's got over 100,000 downloads. It's called Rainy Bird.
Okay. And then I know you've worked on just a few other projects too in school and everything, like Pong and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I
Then I
worked
know.
on.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
No,
You
go
go
ahead.
first. No, you please.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, and then I know you said you were also kind of working on a smaller project right now that's just kind of the generic zombie shooter style as well, just to kind of get some more work into something else at the same time.
Yeah, we're working on a very generic zombie shooter called Feckin' Zombies. That's basically just a way to help us get out of a creative rut. And as you were saying before, we are both doing separate projects in school because we have to, because it's that kind of a school. Um, and I'm doing one called Extreme Pong. I was actually supposed to be on BBC News today at 6 p.m. showing an MP it, and may I say he was terrible at it. He got like a high score of 2. He was rubbish.
Wow.
I was supposed to be on BBC News today, and I wasn't. It was really annoying for me and the entire family. But I'm doing that, and Jordan's doing a game called Rhino Rampage, which currently is looking lower quality than most of his other games, but so is Extreme Pong, so we're sort of on the same page there.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. When I was taking classes for programming, my first game was Pac-Man, and it was all about learning the AI. So the ghost didn't have set patterns; it was actually tracking and following you. So it was kind of a fun way to learn that concept. So I definitely enjoyed it a lot. Any specific engines or platforms that you guys are using, or are you really just going straight C# the whole way? Or
We're mainly using Unity, and for like concepts, and like if I want to make a prototype, or if I want to like make a very very quick short, like say mobile 2D game that I'm assuming will get a lot of money, and because it's always the case, isn't it? You get a really simple, easy to make game and it makes fortune. Then we use Construct 2 for that, because it's one of those things you can just get it down, no programming involved. It's like pen and paper for me.
yeah, definitely. Well, that sounds great. So then, before we wrap up here, do you have any advice to upcoming indie developers? Now that you've released a couple games yourself, you mentioned Floppy Bird, the Flappy Bird clone, and sure, it's cloning something else, but it's still really impressive that you had over 100,000 downloads on that. So any advice to upcomers that are wanting to get into the indie scene?
Yeah, I guess if I were to give any advice to indie devs, it'd be try to stick with your guns. I mean, sure, make a couple of games that are really rubbish and immoral and will get you a whole bunch of money. But if you stick with your guns and you make a really good game that's really true to heart and doesn't have all of that in-app purchasing and microtransaction nonsense, then odds are the internet will love you for it.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree with that too. And like I was saying earlier, one of my favorite things about indie games is that you don't have to, stick to the rules. You can stay with your guns, and if you want to make a game about anything you want, you can do it. And that's the best thing about it. And then I'll do a video on it. So, so without that, then I think we're out of time. So I really appreciate your time here today. Do you have anything else that you want to say before we close up today, Charlie?
I don't have anything else to say before I close up today, Wise Gamer.
All right. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We do upload daily, and check the description for links to check out Waste Coast Dev on Twitter, as well as Jordan Chiptune Cabiamella, who wasn't available today, but he is also working on these projects. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching my video today, guys. Make sure you check out yesterday's video on Indie Game Preview, as well as the playlist, so you can check out all the new videos. Next week, we'll be back with another interview with a dev on Thursday, and we do upload daily, so please subscribe for more content. We'll see you next time.